morning, everyone. My name is David Solo, and I'm the President and CEO of Special Olympics in Northern California and Nevada. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you to our athletes. Thank you to the members of the law enforcement community. What a great place is our state capitol to kick off this monumental event that will take place in our own state of California. Probably will not happen again in my lifetime to have a World Games in California. I'm so excited to be part of this historical moment to see the Flame of Hope start its 12-day journey as it's carried by our law enforcement officers who are affectionately known as the Guardians of the Flame. A special warm welcome to our International Law Enforcement Torch Run Final Leg team. And I'd like to point out they're a unified team with 10 Special Olympic athletes as team members. These officers and athletes have traveled from around the world to represent their respective torch run programs in order to spread the message of acceptance and inclusion for those with intellectual disabilities, because that's what it's really all about. Special Olympics programs are for everybody, for those with intellectual disabilities and for those without. They will visit over 125 communities in their mission to create special awareness for our athletes worldwide. This final leg team will carry the torch into the LA Coliseum. For the 2015 Special Olympics World Games being hosted in the United States of America for the first time since the Games were held in North Carolina in 1999. These World Games will be the largest event held in LA. Can I get an amen to that, huh? The largest event held in LA since the '84 Olympic Games. The final leg team will be building excitement for these games as they make their way to Los Angeles. I thank everyone for being here today to join in this historic moment. We have a number of terrific speakers in this morning's ceremony. Our first is a huge supporter of Special Olympics in Northern California. Please join me in welcoming the head of the California Highway Patrol, Commissioner Joe Pharaoh, to the podium. The California Highway Patrol will be the primary escorting agency for the law enforcement torch run final leg.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and as we stand here and we welcome the world to California, what a beautiful, beautiful day. You know, the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics had a humble beginning. It was the vision of the Wichita, Kansas Police Chief, Richard LeMunyon, who supported a group of his officers to run with the torch to raise money for Special Olympics. The first run raised a few $100s. 34 years later, the law enforcement torch run has collectively raised over $500 million to benefit Special Olympics worldwide. The law enforcement officers throughout the world volunteer their time and energy to raise funds and awareness for our athletes. The law enforcement torch run is the largest grassroots fundraising awareness program for the Special Olympics. Law enforcement officers across the nation are fully dedicated to our Special Olympic athletes. They accomplish all of this through fundraisers such as Tipper Cups, polar plunges, playing pools, and other sporting events. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm truly honored to be part of this historic event. I know that all Californians are excited to play a small role in seeing these truly amazing athletes embark on their journey while traveling through our California communities. Thank you for all of your hard work. Guardians of the Flame, please be safe. Thank you.
All right. So an event of this magnitude, you need support. You need corporate support. And I know a lot of us have seen the media that's been associated with this event and all of the marketing and all of the promotion. And so we're very fortunate to have the presenting sponsor, the Law Enforcement Torch Run Final Leg team, here with us. Please join me in welcoming Bank of America's California State President, Ms. Janet Lampkin.
Good morning and welcome. On behalf of our nearly 30,000 employees in California, I'd like to say how excited we are to be here to celebrate the arrival of the Flame of Hope. I'm also incredibly proud of our 2,000 employees who've helped carry the flame across the country to get it here today as part of the first ever Special Olympics Unified Relay across America. Bank of America has partnered with Special Olympics for more than 30 years as part of a broader commitment to diversity and inclusion. As a company, we support people with intellectual disabilities through philanthropy, volunteerism, employment, recruitment, customer accommodations, and our disability advocacy network. Through our support services team, we've integrated people with disabilities into our workforce. Made up of approximately 300 employees based in Newark, Maine, and Texas, the support services team performs functions that are core to our business operations. They're essential to our company. Our partnership with Special Olympics and the Law Enforcement Torch Run Final Leg provides a chance for all of us to create awareness of the great work Special Olympics and all of you are doing to demonstrate a commitment to inclusion in our communities. We are very excited to be part of this movement, and we thank you all for joining us as we pass the flame of hope throughout our great state, and I hope to see you all at the World Games in Los Angeles.
Thank you again, Janet, for your enthusiasm and for Bank of America's support of the Final Leg team. Now, I'd like to invite to the podium a Special Olympics athlete who is representing Northern California on the Final Leg team. He's been involved in Special Olympics for over 35 years, participating in aquatics, track and field, bowling, and golf, and I would not want to compete against this gentleman.
Oh, come on now.
No, Jonathan. He also participates in torch run fundraisers and is an excellent role model in his community. Please welcome Jonathan Sparks.
Is everyone having a wonderful time? I'm honored to be here as a team member of the Final Leg team. So is he. I'm here to talk to you about Special Olympics and how it has changed my life. My childhood was tough. It was hard for me to make friends because of my learning problem and my intellectual disabilities. Yeah, you too? Okay, thank you. In 1975, I discovered Special Olympics, and my whole life has changed. When my family realized how passionate I was about Special Olympics, they were very happy for me that I have found something that was life-changing. Into, I guess, huh? My dad really enjoyed me watching me compete, and one of my favorite pictures to this day was a picture of him embracing me at the finish line after an exhausting race. Special Olympics has given me confidence in myself and shown me that I can do anything if people would only give me a chance to try. 40 years ago, you would never see me speaking and speaking to a front of people like this. But look at me now. Here I am, talking to you, and I'm not afraid. Special Olympics is a family. I have met so many wonderful people, and now I have some wonderful friends of my own, including many that I've met in this wonderful journey. Special Olympics has taught me to do the best that I can and be a team player and never doubt myself. Not only have these lessons made me a better athlete, but they also made me a valuable member to the community. being an athlete, I can help to show the world that people with special needs are just like anybody else and have the same feelings and can do anything. For some of the athletes, Special Olympics is all they have. I'm gonna review something that Enos Kennedy Charter said, which is awesome. In a world where poverty, war, and obsession has dimmed people's hopes, Special Olympics athletes have rekindled that hope with their spiritual strength, their essence, and achievements. For as we hope the best for them, hope is reborn in us. I love Special Olympics because it is a very important ministry to the world with people with disability needs and what life should be like. One of my life-changing goals was to be a part of the torch run for Special Olympics, but I never dreamed I would be doing it for the World Games. I have been training for months, and my dedication, my determination, and support from family, friends have been my driving force to get me to this point. The torch itself represents faith and hope. It is truly an honor to have been selected for this amazing journey to carry the torch to the World Games. I hope we have changed your life as Special Olympics has changed ours. Thank you to everyone for the support in our final leg journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for your inspirational message and for all your accomplishments. Our next speaker has been involved with the Maryland Torch Run since its inaugural run in 1986. He has served as a team captain for both the final leg team in Korea in 2013, as well as the USA Games final leg in 2014. He is especially proud of the fact that his torch run efforts involve his entire family. Please welcome to the podium our final leg team captain, Mr. John Noonan.
Good morning. What an amazingly beautiful day for the kickoff of our final leg torch run. Thank you all for being here today. Please allow me to introduce to you the 2015 Los Angeles final leg team. These men and women represent 48 U.S. states, 6 Canadian provinces, 4 Australian states, 10 European countries, 5 Caribbean countries, and 3 countries in Asia. We are also privileged to have 10 amazing Special Olympics athletes representing programs around the world with us also on our unified team. We're honored to be here today representing over 100,000 law enforcement officers around the world who volunteer their time year-round. And as you heard earlier, since 1981, these volunteer law enforcement officers have raised over $500 million for Special Olympics. That's simply amazing. We're known as the Guardians of the Flame, and we take our role seriously, and we don't take that responsibility lightly. The flame you see here today behind me was lit at the sacred site of the Pnyx in Greece on May 14th under the careful watch of law enforcement officers, and we've ensured the integrity of that flame since that date. Since May 14th, the Flame of Hope has traveled thousands of miles across the United States of America in the unified relay across America presented by the Bank of America. During this time, they created a lot of awareness, not only for Special Olympics, but for the World Games, and additionally raised some money to fund the additional programs of Special Olympics. On July 10th, just a couple days ago, we accepted the Flame of Hope back from the unified relay across America at Dodger Stadium. Our 124-member international team of law enforcement officers and Special Olympics athletes will now carry this Flame of Hope over the next 12 days throughout California in the final leg presented by Bank of America. We'll visit and hold ceremonies in over 120 towns and communities, creating awareness for Special Olympics and excitement for the 2015 World Games. At the World Games, over 6,500 athletes will be representing over 166 countries, participating in a variety of sports, showcasing their amazing skills and abilities and their gifts and talents to the world. On July 25th, we will safely deliver the Flame of Hope to the waiting hands of the Special Olympics athletes who will light the cauldron, signifying the opening of the World Games. Our mission will then be complete for this final leg. But we, law enforcement officers from all 50 states, 46 countries around the world, will continue our efforts in raising funds and creating awareness for Special Olympics moving forward into the future, where every individual with intellectual disabilities is accepted and respected in an all-inclusive society. So thank you very much for your support. Thank you for coming out today. We really appreciate everything that you do in support of Special Olympics, and we hope that we now have hundreds of new supporters and fans of Special Olympics here today. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for your commitment and leadership in this admirable mission. On behalf of all Americans, I'm proud of the partnership with law enforcement. Let's give all our law enforcement officers another round of applause. The United States is proud to be hosting the Special Olympics World Games and the Law Enforcement Torch Run Final Leg team. In order to host such a monumental event like the World Games, there needs to be right leadership at the top. I've been very impressed as I've come into this new position just with the level of organization that's required to host an event like this. California is fortunate to have an incredibly passionate individual in this role. Please join me in welcoming the President and CEO of the Games Organizing Committee, there he is, for the 2015 Special Olympics World Games, Mr. Patrick McClenahan.
Thank you. What a pleasure to be here. We're 12 days away from opening ceremony at the Coliseum. Just a few quick thank yous. Janet, Bank of America, has been a model sponsor. Unbelievable the commitment they've made. Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, thank you for serving on our executive committee of our board of directors. And Governor Brown, thank you for serving as honorary host of these World Games. It wasn't that long ago. And by the way, thank you, law enforcement. There is not a better relationship for a charity in the world than between law enforcement and Special Olympics. It's unbelievable. And imagine what it's going to be like in the Coliseum as the torch comes into the Coliseum, and all of these guys are in their dress uniforms, right? Lining the way as the torch comes in. It is a remarkable moment. It's always my favorite moment of opening ceremony to watch law enforcement welcome the athletes into the event and competition. It wasn't that many days ago that I had the honor of being in Athens, Greece, as we lit the torch, just like all Olympic Games. From the rays of the sun, we were just beneath the Acropolis. The rays hit this reflective bowl that lit the torch, and it's that flame that came from Greece. It's that flame that I handed to Brett Laza, was one of the athletes I handed it to. Brett, say hello, Brett. I handed that torch to Brett in Greece, and Brett and another athlete ran through the streets of Athens, and then Brett had the honor of presenting a torch to the president of Greece. Amazing, amazing moment. That torch will be the same flame that will light the cauldron in the Coliseum. As mentioned, largest event since the '84 Olympics. It's the largest sports and humanitarian event in the world this year, and we believe that it will be the most inspirational event of all time. That inspiration is found in our logo. In fact, could you hold that sign up over there for Jonathan? Hold that sign up high. That one right there with the logo. See the logo there? Our World Games logo starts with the celebratory figure. In fact, we call it the celebratory pose. Would you strike the pose? There you go. Doesn't that feel great? It's an international symbol of overcoming adversity, of praise. For our athletes, we think it's the perfect illustration. You often see our athletes cross the finish line striking the pose, or getting a medal and striking the pose. The great thing about Special Olympics is it's often the 4th, 5th, 6th place finisher that crosses that finish line striking the pose like they just broke the world record, when in actuality they just did their very best. That's at the center of everything that we do, is the celebratory figure representing our athletes. That's inside the circle of acceptance and inclusion, which is our mission, creating awareness that leads to acceptance and inclusion of people with intellectual disabilities. It's the heart of everything that we're about. As the proud parent of a 28-year-old daughter with cerebral palsy, Kelly, Over the last 28 years, I've come to realize that as incredible as what Special Olympics does for athletes, good health, self-confidence, courage, determination, perhaps the greatest thing we can do for people with intellectual disabilities is to change the hearts and minds of people without intellectual disabilities. So that kids befriend them in school, so that employers hire them for jobs. That's what these games are about. We're not just putting on a big event, we're putting on an event that has legacy. And throughout all of the country, people have come together as celebrating the celebratory pose and what these games are all about. And then the multicolors represent the diversity of 165 countries coming to this diverse country, to this diverse California, to this diverse Southern California, where we can share that message of acceptance and inclusion with every single diverse corner of our communities. It's probably no surprise that the theme of these games is reach up, right? So you want to reach up again? Reach up and stand for acceptance and inclusion. Reach up and celebrate courage, determination, and joy. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, California. Thank you, Bank of America, for reaching up and supporting Special Olympics. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Now we'd like to invite Senator Holly Mitchell, who represents Senate District 30, home for the LA Coliseum to present Patrick with a proclamation for the 2015 World Games.
Good morning and welcome to the state capitol. I'm so proud to represent the 30th District, home of the Los Angeles Coliseum, home of the 1932 and 1984 Summer Olympics. Briefly, let me just give a shout out, a girl power shout out to the women of law enforcement who will be running. Thank you very much, girl power. And Mr. McClanahan, on behalf of the California State Senate, I'm proud to present you on behalf of the entire Special Olympic World Games, and if you would accept this on behalf of your over 7,000 Olympians who will be competing in Los Angeles. Thank you very much.
All right, then we also have Assembly Member Reggie Jones Sawyer, who represents District 59, also encompassing the LA Coliseum, who is here as well to recognize and acknowledge the Games Organizing Committee.
On behalf of the California State Assembly and my colleague who's here with me today, Assemblymember David Hadley, this is extremely important to me. Not only it is in my district, but it's also shared with Holly Mitchell. Our offices are in eyeshot of the Coliseum, and we see the Olympic flame. But from a personal standpoint, it's extremely important to me. I have a brother who was blind since early childhood. All along, he was told he couldn't do things. We tried to get him Braille, tried to get him seeing eye dogs, but we met with a lot of challenges. We were told he couldn't do this. They wanted to put him in special classes. Eventually, we prevailed and mainstreamed him. And I'm proud to say that Dr. Fred Jones, Ph.D., is now a member of the Washington, Maryland School District, and I believe he's a vice principal now. And he tells me every day when he has a young inner city child in his class or in his office, and they're telling him about what challenges they had, why they can't complete homework, why they can't do this, and he will say, do you know what it's like to be blind and not be able to do this? I've been able to succeed, so you can too. I believe the Special Olympics will show that people with challenges, mental and physical, can achieve, can do anything. And on that day when you come to our district to display what you can do, I think the whole world will be able to understand that they need to get rid of their own biases and accept everyone and just give them all the tools they need so they can succeed. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Reggie. So I have the honor of introducing our next speaker, who truly was a visionary. Somebody that really had the foresight and the wisdom to see what needed to be done a long time ago. So I'm very proud to introduce this individual. He serves as the Executive Chairman of the Special Olympics World Games Leadership Committee. He's the Lieutenant Governor for the state of California, Mr. Gavin Newsom.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me pick up a little bit on what Jonathan was saying, and Patrick picked up on some themes that I think are important and profound. You know, here we are in California, the most diverse state in the world's most diverse democracy, the United States of America. And what Jonathan was saying, he was reminding us, he talked about poverty, he talked about ignorance, war, he talked about what was going on around the rest of the world. It's a reminder, you know, all the anxiety we have, all the insecurity we have, picking up the newspaper, watching TV, listening to the radio, and nations and people literally being torn apart because of racial, religious, and ethnic controversies, fueling fanaticism, fueling terror. Here we are in California, this remarkable place where at our best, we don't tolerate our diversity, we celebrate our diversity. We recognize, as Bill Clinton would love to say, all our interesting differences, but unite around the things that bind us together. I went to a Jesuit university. Father Caz reminded us, said, "Son, the Bible teaches us we're many parts but one body. And when one part suffers, we all suffer." You know, Dr. King picked up on that, right? He said, we're all bound together by a web of mutuality. We're all in this together. So in the theme of Jonathan's introduction and Patrick's focus on diversity and finding purpose, the meaning of life, which is finding our true expression, allowing our unique self to evolve and to become present. I'm honored to be here with all of you. I'm grateful for your contribution to this cause that affirms all of us, not just some of us, a cause that I know is near and dear to all the family members here. When Jonathan mentioned one of his great memories was not just being at that finish line, it was who he was with at the finish line. That's pretty profound from my perspective. Those memories are about the people you were with. Memories that you're making for these athletes are profoundly significant. So to the parents, to the volunteers, to the mentors, to the community leaders, to all of law enforcement, thank you for participating in these magical moments. Thank you for participating in these memories. Thank you for making people's stories a little bit better, their life a little bit better. So I'm grateful to all of you. I'm grateful to the governor who has been, I don't know, he doesn't get enough credit for his support of the World Games, but to Governor Jerry Brown, thank you for your extraordinary support of this effort. We would not be here in California had you not signed up early on this and been as supportive. To Nancy McFadden, I don't know where she is, but someone please tell Nancy we are extraordinarily grateful for her support coming from the governor's office as well. To Patrick and his amazing team, to the Assembly, the Senate that have stepped up and stepped in to support this cause, we are immeasurably grateful as well. And to those 165 countries that will be represented, to the 7,000 athletes, the 3,000 coaches, to the 30,000 folks, 50,000, Patrick, we hope will be participating in those opening ceremonies. We look forward to seeing you in just a few days. And to the memory, Shriver, to the Shriver family, to Anthony and Tim, notably Tim, but Anthony and his great work at Best Buddies, and Maria, we thank you for your example, for raising the bar of expectation and recognizing that we're all better off when we're all better off. Thank you guys very much.
Wow. I've been in this position now. It's my fourth week as a CEO of Special Olympics in Northern California and Nevada. And today I have a tremendous honor for me. The person that I get to introduce next is one of my heroes. And I think we couldn't have found a better leader for the state of California when I think of all the difficulties we faced and how he's leading us forward and moving us forward into the future. And I'm just so proud to be able to introduce him today. Ladies and gentlemen, our governor, Mr. Jerry Brown.
What a great day, and what a great day for the athletes, for California, for the world. When we celebrate the contributions and the wonderful athletic abilities of those with intellectual disabilities. We really reach way beyond the ordinary and the conventional. We hear about diversity, and that's powerful, but what also is powerful is that so many people of so many different backgrounds come together for this Special Olympics. At the time that Eunice Shriver started this in 1968, it's been pretty clear that intellectual disabilities show up in families, rich and poor, black and white, from all areas and races and languages throughout the whole world. So this is one of the ways that people of profound differences can find their common humanity. That's what's powerful about it. The transformational effect of competing, of winning or participating, and all that camaraderie, it is powerful. And to extend it to all the kids that are part of this Special Olympic and all the people that participate in law enforcement, it's a great thing. It's one of the bright spots in sometimes an otherwise dreary political and civic landscape. So, yeah, we can celebrate this, we can promote it, and each year I think it's getting bigger and bigger, and all the better, because the world can't wait for these kinds of unifying moments. So, congratulations to everybody who's part of it. Glad you're all here on the Capitol steps. A lot of good things have happened on these Capitol steps, which I won't regale you with, but I've been here for many, many decades, and this is a very special moment too. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Brown. In commemorating this incredible journey of the 2015 Law Enforcement Torch Run final leg, and in celebration of the 2015 Special Olympics World Games, we have several presentations along with ceremonial gift exchange. So I know Governor Brown has a couple plaques that he'd like to present. If we could have Jonathan Sparks come back up here, and our final leg captain, Mr. John Noonan, if you could both come up here for the presentation. And at this time, we have the presentation of the World Games torch to Governor Brown by Patrick McClenahan.
So, we have a World Games torch for you, but I don't have it right now. We're gonna here it is right here. Look at that. I knew we had it. Yeah. This is the celebratory torch that will carry the flame of hope to the Coliseum and represent all they're doing. It represents the curvature of the celebratory pose in our logo, representing the courage, determination, joy of our athletes, and we present to you the multicultural representing diversity. So thank you so much.
All right, Jonathan, if you come back up here, we have a special presentation for Lieutenant Governor Newsom as well.
I would like to thank Lieutenant Governor Newsom for his support and service to benefit the Special Olympics. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, John.
Now, if we could have Commissioner Pharaoh and John Noonan come back up here for an exchange as well.
Commissioner Pharaoh, thank you on behalf of all the men and women here in the final eight team and law enforcement around the country. Thank you for your tremendous support. We couldn't do what we're going to be doing over the next 12 days without your great agency leading the way. So thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you. recently retired captain in the Howard County Police Department in Maryland. This is representative of our department. I'd like to present that to you, along with one of our final 8 points.
Well, thank you very much. I'd like to, in return, present 2 of my challenge coins. They're the California Howard Challenge coins. It stands for honor, integrity, and pride. The pillars, the cornerstones of what Special Olympics are all about. In exchange, I'd like to present one to you and to Jonathan. And thank you very much for allowing us to play the small role that we do. Thank you.
All right, then we also have the presentation of the final Lake Torch to Bank of America California President Janet Lampkin.
You heard me talk earlier about the Unified Relay Across America presented by Bank of America, a tremendous event that took place over 46 days across the country on 3 different routes and thousands of miles, creating untold awareness for Special Olympics. That was an amazing event, but the Bank of America didn't stop there. They are our presenting sponsor for our final leg over the next 12 to 14 days throughout California. And you also heard me talk about law enforcement raising over $500 million since 1981. None of that would be possible without our great sponsors and partners like Bank of America. So on behalf of our Final Lake team and our Law Enforcement Torch Run Executive Council, I'd like to present you with one of our Final Lake torches.
And I'll just say we will see you in 12 days in Los Angeles.
All right, so we thought we'd end today with a little entertainment. For your listening pleasure, we have with us today a very talented singer, Ayanna Navarro, who will sing Fly, a song written for Special Olympics athletes worldwide, who will inspire us all in their efforts. Here we go.
There's a light inside of all of us. It's never hiding, you just have to light it. It's the one thing that you gotta trust. It's like a diamond, you just have to find it. So if you ever feel like giving up, yeah, let's remember that we were all meant to fly. Spread your wings across the universe. It's your time to, it's your time to shine. There's a light inside of all of us. Soon you'll find that it's your time to fly. It's your time to fly. A little help is all it ever takes. Somebody else just tell you it's worth fighting. A single step becomes a leap of faith. That's when you realize you started flying. So don't you ever say you're giving up. No, let's remember that we were all meant to fly. Spread your wings across the universe. It's your time to, it's your time to shine. There's a light inside of all of us. Soon you'll find that it's your time to fly. It's your time to fly. Just reach up, don't give up until you touch the sky. Just reach up, don't give up until you realize that we were all meant to fly. Spread your wings across the universe. It's your time to, it's your time to shine. There's a light inside of all of us. Soon you'll find that it's your time to fly, fly. It's your time to, it's your time to shine, shine. Soon you'll find that it's your time
Thank you for all your support for Special Olympics, and God bless. Thank you.